Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in a bag of a can. Put the big around the world and it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
Now it's time for Believe in the ACC with our starting lineup. From Florida State, number 17, Charlie Ward. From Morehead State University, number 50, Lloyd Spence. And from Murray State University, number 2, Kendrick Haskett. Get ready for the best sports show about the ACC in all the land. Believe in the ACC starts now.
It's been a long time since it feels like we've been gone forever. Are you muted? Am I muted or are you muted?
My mic wasn't on.
Okay. I was like, is it me?
I don't know why it was off because it usually is on when I plug it in, but it was off today.
It's off today. It's off today. No, that's because we've been gone for so long. And it's like, game's a little off. You're going to miss the first few free throws you hit, you miss, you shoot, or even talk about, apparently. When you've been gone for a while. But we back now. Kendrick Haskins, Lloyd Spence, Charlie Ward en route. Probably going to be calling from his car soon. Probably from the car.
Yeah, we'll take our tour through Tallahassee.
Yeah, because that's part of what we do on this.
Like
podcast.
the glasses look.
Thank you. It's serving as in duality today. Fashion and also a brother been up all night. So I finally figured out why celebrities wear glasses. I didn't realize it's because they're either up all night, drunk, or high. And it's like the glasses, keep you from seeing all that.
A combination of the three.
Or it could be a combination of all three. So for me, it's just fatigue, and a little bit of fashion, but mostly fatigue. So but I'm glad to be here with the homie right now. We're about to do our thing. This is Believe. We should probably start calling it a mashup and just call it something else. We'll come up with a new name going into we'll take our summer break.
This time of year, because really all we got going is baseball and softball.
Right.
And we have the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, so we'll come up with a new name. We'll figure it out. Tallahassee's in full effect. With the great Charlie Ward in the building, or driving through the building in his car. How you doing, Charlie Ward? Can you hear us?
What's up, sirs? Yes.
We're great, brother. We're great.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Well, let's get the party going, man. First of all, we normally do like a check-in with Charlie. So how are things in Tallahassee?
I just got back from our conference in Boston
Oh, okay.
late last night.
Did this conference involve Jaylen Brown and his Twitch account? Someone needs to meet with that brother.
I've seen some spots where he's going off on everybody. He's
got some time.
Like,
yeah, he's got some time. He has some things on his mind.
Like he's not a part of an association anymore.
Well, they reminded him real quick. Send us that $50,000 check, sir. Send us that $50,000 check.
So because he was talking about the referees and
he was going too far. Charlie, you never had to pay $50,000 for anything, have you? Like that Knicks fight, you didn't have to pay $50,000 for that, did you?
Yeah, it was more than that.
It was more than that? David Stern hit you like that?
Yes, because it's a game check.
Oh, because you got suspended. Oh. At the point when you're sitting at the house, do you think, man, I shouldn't have gotten that fight? Like, do you have that revelation? Like, are there regrets at the point when you're at the house?
I mean, it is what it is. You have to suffer your consequences. But
okay.
I learned. I didn't do it again. I wouldn't have part of anything else.
That's true, Charlie. I don't remember any other Charlie Ward fights in the NBA. So you did learn. You are one of the few who's ever learned their lesson.
Yeah, because your old college teammate used to love to fight.
Oh, yeah. Listen. He had zero problem fighting.
Sammy.
Oh. During that time, it was kind of unregulated.
Yeah, that was the culture. That was the culture of the NBA during that time.
Well, during that time was when they started cracking down on y'all.
Right.
Yes, that's when all the rules and things started happening.
Yep.
Before that, they used to have just straight out brawls.
Yep. The good old days.
The good old days, they called them. They called them. Well, listen, Charlie, I don't know. You've been busy, man. You've been flying across the country, doing all kinds of things. You may not be aware of all of the things that are happening in our beloved ACC. And one thing in particular is happening in Kendrick's backyard. Like, man.
They're spending a lot of money.
They're spending a lot of money. Well, reconciliation will give you that opportunity, Charlie. When you make things right with the people that broke your heart, y'all come back together and love on each other again. Then they reopen up the checkbook, and all of a sudden things are, moving in the right direction.
So who are you referring to?
I mean, I'm not gonna say a name.
It's John Schneider,
but it rhymes with Apacons.
The founder of Papa John's, John Schneider.
Is he still? He's the founder. You're right. He is the founder. He's not the CEO anymore. He's the founder. But he apologized, and I guess
he's on the books.
Yeah,
he's back in the game.
They've reconciled, or however you say it. So,
did they do it at St. Stephen's Church? No. I was just wondering where do you reconcile a moment like that, where you have to repent for your past aggressions?
Over the phone.
Just over the phone. Nothing special. Just
or StreamYard.
Could you tell John Snyder or whatever his name is? One of them guys.
Who would call you?
FAMU is less. So he don't have to spend as much.
FAMU
with us
is less.
I don't understand it. Like, if y'all want to spend less money, y'all can come help us out at HBCUs.
Well, for looks of it, it would be probably a better proposition for Papa John to do that.
Well, let me ask you a question. What are you prepared to do, Charlie? Are you prepared to turn FAMU Stadium into Papa John Stadium? Because what are we talking about? Does he need? He can't really do Papa John Stadium no more now. You'd have to just go full name, right?
No, until they've got naming rights on the stadium now. So until the stadium, are you talking about here or in?
Well, I'm saying in Tallahassee, he's gonna have to go John Shatner Stadium, right?
Schnatter.
What is it? I don't know. It's a complicated last name.
Schnatter.
But there's no D in it.
It's 2 T's. It's Schnatter.
Right. Okay, we're going with Schnatter.
Hence it being Schnatter.
That sound like you saying D with a D instead of a T.
I'm sure if the price is right to change the name, so or
okay.
To add a name to make it right.
Okay, Kendrick, I need you to work on this.
So, and I mean, there are a lot of things. The Champions Ranch. There's a lot of naming.
There's a lot of things. Right.
I mean, we're talking about helping students, helping athletes. We're talking about helping people.
Yeah.
Grow and be better. So
we're talking full-on reconciliation. Like, don't stop just at Louisville.
Yeah.
Fix all the problems. I'm with it.
There you go.
I'm with it. Well, he's helping Louisville for sure because they all of a sudden they're basically getting every player they want to get. I thought they were going to lose. I thought they were going to lose the Akezi kid. I was like, well, Maryland's probably going to get that because that's his daddy's school.
But yeah, I didn't realize though that he lived here at one point.
Oh, is that how the connection happened?
Yeah, he lived here at one point. I was on a radio show yesterday, and the host on there was saying because the host of that radio show also teaches at a local high school.
Okay.
And he was saying like some of the kids in his class was like, oh yeah, we played against him in middle school. And one kid was like, yeah, he dunked on me. He was like excited.
What's his proper pronunciation of a name? Obini?
Obina Akezi.
Obane Akezi.
Obina. Yeah.
Obina.
You don't remember his daddy in Maryland?
That's his daddy. It just dawned. Well, you know what's crazy? I'm having to now reconcile that all of the players that we grew up with have kids that are now going to be playing sports, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think about that until you start seeing it, but it's right. You're right. Those kids are that age now.
Yeah.
So I never even. I didn't hear the name. I heard the name and it never registered until you just said it.
Yeah, like Ron Harper Jr.
Ron Harper Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. But yes. So okay. So there you go. Well, listen, that kid is signed, sealed, delivered, and reclassified. So if they get all of the kids that they've signed, and it looks like they are, because the only one that's really in question at this point is the Florida. I call him Florida.
Flory Badunga?
Yeah, because he's technically in the draft, technically.
Oh, yeah.
But he probably won't stay in the draft because he's not. I would imagine he's not going to get drafted.
He might go. He might be a second round pick, but yeah.
Yeah, but he won't.
He'll get more money at U of L.
He'll get way more money at U of L. He might as well just come back. So Louisville will have a significant team next year. Like it will. They have done well. Men and women, if we're being honest.
Yeah, the
dollars are flowing.
They should be top 10. Both teams, I would think, coming in next season should be top 10 teams. The women maybe. I just don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, I got.
And I haven't seen what other people done. I was today years old and I realized my camera zooms in and out. It keeps, if you notice, it's zooming in and out. I don't know how.
I thought you were doing something different with your computer, so I didn't say anything. But I said, "Oh, he's got a new feature on here." Okay, I got it. But
apparently, I do. I was swipe. All I did was wipe off the lens.
And maybe that's all it ever needed, Kendrick. Maybe that's all it ever needed. So
but yeah, they should be at least top 10 coming into the season. They still need some shooting though. They need some.
They're not done. Shooting.
They're
I
not
don't think
done. They're not done.
Yeah.
But yeah, on paper they look pretty good. And I was talking about the women. The women's biggest coup was keeping their players.
They kept everybody.
They kept their core, and so
they kept the core. Yeah.
And so that was huge for them. And then bringing in some good pieces around them, they should really be ready to make some noise next season too.
I think your Seminoles have done well too. Charlie, they picked up a little point guard. You might know him by the name of Anthony Robinson.
Yes, I mean
That was a nice get.
They definitely have gone out and gotten guys they felt can help push them to the next level, or trying to at least compete. Still not sure where they are with their bigs, who those are, because when you're playing in any league, you have to be well-rounded.
Right.
And what I mean by that, you have to be able to play all different types of styles, because you never know what type of style is you're going to end up playing against.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure that you're, prepared for it all. And so it'd be interesting to see I don't know who I know they have a couple of big guys that they picked up. But it'd be interesting to see how it all meshes. It's like no other team. You get these guys or ladies or whomever it may be, you bring them in and you hope they gel well together, because there's not that there's chemistry that has to be had, and if you're bringing someone in and then they're struggling and don't pan out, are they willing to sit even though you're paying them a lot? So it's just a lot of factors. Injuries, you have to deal with as well. I'm just curious to know how did they work this Mikael Brown deal out with him missing so many games?
As far as what his NIL deal or whatever?
Yes.
I guess it's just like any other player who gets injured, they still get their money. And so I assume
there's not a game minimum. There's not a game minimum. For him and Darian Peterson.
Hey, like Charlie has said multiple times, you can't prove it.
Can't prove it.
Player walks in and says he got a stomach ache, you just got to take his word for it. So,
I'll say this, Charlie. I was watching some of Mikael's pre-game, pre-draft workouts, and I am so thankful that he set out. I was so thankful that he set out and protected his back, because he looks fantastic.
Yeah, no, I was looking at those as well.
That back is doing all right. It's
well, he's been on the mend for 4 months. So
for 4 months, he's been.
Oh yeah, he's had time to heal.
He's
had time to heal. 4
he
months.
Is healed.
Took a swim in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
That will definitely bring about a healing.
I do notice he still wears his U of L gear, which kind of surprises me.
Well, listen, because he's repping the squad.
As soon as this season was over, he was out of town.
Well, and also that might be part of the NIL responsibility. Like when you are, like I say, it's like maybe it's a certain month to month thing. Like you have to go from the time you sign your deal last year to the time you get drafted. You keep wearing the U of L gear as part of the marketing for the University of Louisville. Now, I don't know why you zoomed in on that, but, it's fine.
My hands are down here. I don't know what this thing's doing. I just looked up. It's like a 70s movie.
It's like a 70s zoom in. I'm with it, though. I like it. I'm here for it. So, in ESPN, Louisville's women would have been ranked number 1 had it not been for Audie Crook just messing up the whole thing and going to Oklahoma State. So they are ranked number 2, and then the highest ranking for Louisville men is 24/7 has them at number 1. People were really upset that CBS had them at like 8 or something. Although I'll be honest with you, I don't know how right CBS is ever about these things. Like they don't.
And it's like, you know, nobody has a full roster yet, so you just gotta wait it
Well,
out.
and then also it's like the draft. We think this went well, but we don't know. Like nobody knows.
Yeah, I mean, I give Badunga and Shellstad, the guard out of Oregon. I give them somewhat credit because they're around town. I mean, they've
already come. They're already there.
Yeah, they've been here. I don't know if they've moved in yet, but they've been around town.
That's what's up.
When they came on their visit, they're here at the same time. Their visits.
Right.
And they went out to a U of L baseball game and was out playing cornhole with fans and stuff. And so it feels like they're hitting the ground running as far as chemistry wise.
Well, there's definitely a lot of excitement in all of the programs in the ACC. So the ACC, what will be really interesting is to see, honestly, how Duke and North Carolina bounce back from all of what's going on, because they got several players in the pre-draft process, but I think some of those guys are going to end up coming back as well. It feels like some of those guys are going to be coming back. And I had a list. Let me see if I still have my list of all the guys that are in the pre-draft situation at the
Duke. Their center, he already came back, didn't
he? Yeah. Yes. And then they've got Isaiah Evans. Is that who came back? No. You're talking about Duke. You're talking about
the center.
Number 21.
Yes, whatever his name is, we can find his name. We don't have to work this hard.
If only we had computers that had.
Right. We have the technology. We can rebuild it.
I'm looking it up. Y'all go ahead.
Okay. So there's a lot of players that I think could go. And then Juke Harris went somewhere. Where did Juke Harris go?
Tennessee.
So he left Wake Forest, left the draft process, and went to Tennessee.
Yeah, I guess there's been an interesting development between Louisville and Tennessee fans, where they've gotten this bond. Patrick Gumba.
Gumba, there you go. Yeah.
Okay. But Louisville and Tennessee fans have formed a bond on dunking on UK on social media. That's become quite hilarious.
Well, right now UK has become a very easy target because they and you know what? Let me say this too, and I almost want to take the glasses off, but because I'm so fatigued now, I want you to see the tiredness of my eyes. I'm not gonna do it. But I will say this:
he kind of got your Aegis elbow going on with those glasses.
I got an Aegis elbow thing going on. But here's the thing: I don't like anymore. I don't want this whole going on inside the NBA.
We're takers.
Inside the NBA thing anymore. Like that's And then he got the blue and white box, so it looks like he's going to UK.
Oh,
But then he actually going
Stokes.
Yeah, the Tyron Stokes dude. Like, come on, man, you ain't got to do all that. That's just grab the hat like
he's
anybody
kind
else.
of trolling Kentucky. Tyron. He's from here. He's from Louisville, and Pat Kelsey got out of that recruitment relatively early. He's too rich for his blood, but he basically grew up a U of L fan, and so I don't think he was ever going to really go to Kentucky. So I think it's kind of a troll job because he got like a 502 tattoo on his leg, like before he committed. Wow. For those who don't know, 502 is the area code for Louisville.
The area code, yeah.
So, I think.
What is he getting? Like 4 or 5? He's got to be getting 4 or 5 million then, right?
I don't know. People ask me about what people are getting.
You don't know the number, but that's also the other thing that Louisville has done.
I heard it's around 4 or 5.
Yeah, Louisville has not released the number, and why would you?
They don't. None of them do. That's what cracks me up when all these experts say they know what people are getting. I'm like, they have not released that.
Well, Kentucky, didn't they release the number last
year?
Well,
Kentucky did. Well, I've also heard that it wasn't 22 million, but when it got out, they didn't say no. But
right, which is something you need to say if that's not the truth. You need to say no. That's not how.
Well, it helps them, and in their eyes, and I can see why they thought that it helps them to say to other recruits, "Hey, we will pay," and so
Does
I
it?
think it's kind of
Because the number's still out there and nobody's coming.
Yeah, well, apparently they didn't get 22 million from their.
Okay, right.
And he's like, you got to prove it.
It is not
money.
right. It's not working. So, but I digress. So the NBA draft is also coming up, and it's been interesting to see. This is going to be a unique draft, and
a very interesting draft.
Yes, because. So I guess I'm trying to figure out this new world where you can put your name in, but if you don't go where you want, you can come back.
Yeah, well, they have a deadline before the draft.
Right?
Yeah, there's a deadline before the draft.
Okay, so that's okay. So but the deadline is pretty close to the actual draft. Like it's like what is it, like a week or two or something like that?
Maybe a month.
Yeah, it's normally sooner. I mean,
so it's coming up.
Yes, should be coming up here soon.
Okay,
early part of the month or later in the month.
So I bring that up because significantly, I think, like we said a minute ago, a lot of the players that we're seeing in the projections, I think some of those guys are going to be coming back. Like I think now Ryan, where did he end up going?
The players wishing to retain college eligibility must withdraw by May 27th, while the final deadline for all early entry players to withdraw from the draft is June 13th. So
that's what I thought. That's what I was going to say. I thought it was like close to the somewhat close to the draft. Yeah,
the draft is on the 23rd and 24th.
Okay. So now Ryan ended up where? Where is he going? Ryan Conwell. Or can he go, or is he done? Is he eligibility up? Okay, yeah, so he's in the draft.
Supposedly he's shooting up draft boards.
Really? Okay.
I just heard that the other day. I hope so. He's a nice kid. He's a great kid.
Isn't it ironic to me, or to all of us, and nobody can speak to this more than Charlie, because you went through the process. And I heard our good friend Byron Lusby, who was a scout for the Colts, say the combine doesn't really help you as much as people think that it does. Like it will fool some teams, but most teams usually have their board set prior to the combine because of the tape, more so than that. And then the interview kind of helps to solidify the board along with your personal interview at the facility. Whereas with the pre-draft NBA draft combine, it seems like because that's a competitive thing and they actually play against each other.
They actually hooping, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like that really can have a significant effect on your draft status. Would you agree with that, Charlie?
It definitely gives you an advantage. Even just not with the combines, but you also get to play. A lot of times, I know when I was going through the process, of course, it was a long time ago. You actually played against other guys on your visit.
Oh, yeah.
And so I remember when I went to Orlando, they had me playing against Penny Hardaway, which, was cool, but it was something that, you had to do. And so I think a lot of that does help. You go up or down, one of the two.
Right.
And of course, you get to actually physically work out at some of these places, so they get a chance to see you live and through their drills. So that does help, as you say, as opposed to when I didn't even go to the football combine, which I guess it hurt. It didn't help me because I didn't get drafted, but I did have pro day on campus and those types of things for football. But I think it does help to be able, from a basketball standpoint, to be able to compete against other players, especially the ones that's probably in your same boat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For a kid like Ryan Conwell, I would imagine that he he probably does stand out at these workouts because he's so strong and he can shoot. He can get to the basket. He can bully ball a lot of players his size, and so I can see why and then he can spot up shoot. So I can see why he's kind of flying up draft boards. Will he get drafted? Maybe not. Maybe second round.
He's
but
second
I can
round
see why.
kid.
But I can see why teams are interested in him because of his skill set.
But he could move up in the second round. Like he could significantly move up in the second round. So there's your NBA draft and ACC draft information. Speaking of draft, we haven't had a chance to really review how well the ACC did in the NFL draft. 38 players. 38 players went in the draft from the ACC, and Miami did extremely well. Miami had a lot of people going in the draft.
Miami and Ohio State make you wonder why Miami and Ohio State didn't play in the national championship.
Well, and not only that, but Clemson also Clemson matched Miami, which tells you they probably should have had a better season than they had. Like they had 9 guys go in the draft, so I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened in the season, but it was clearly a productive draft for the Clemson Tigers. But just to kind of go through a couple of review, first, all the first round players, 10th, obviously, Francis Maianoa. And by the way, again, there's no N in this name, but it's Maianoa. It's crazy. There's no N anywhere in sight.
It's madness, I tell you.
It's madness. But he went to my New York Giants. Reuben Bain went to the Buccaneers, which I think was a good pick and a good spot for him. Blake Miller.
Yeah, he just reminds me of a Buccaneer. I think
he does. He really does. When I saw him put the Buccaneer hat on, I said, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah,
he looks like a new worn sap. So there you go. Blake Miller, the offensive tackle from Clemson, went to Detroit. Akeem Mesidor, great edge rusher, went to the Chargers. Keelan Rutledge went to Georgia Tech. He went to the Texans. And then Peter Woods, the defensive tackle from Clemson, went to the Kansas City Chiefs. So those are your first round.
I was happy for Mesidor.
I was too.
He's a kid that when we was down in Miami for the national championship at the media day, I got to talking to him a lot. And it's a really nice kid, funny kid that's not taking himself too seriously, and a heck of a football player. So I was happy for him.
There you go. Some other names of notice. Avion Terrell went in the second round. He went to the Atlanta Falcons. Carson Beck, Charlie, went to the Arizona Cardinals as the player of the future for the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think about that one?
I mean, the only thing that really hindered him, I guess, probably was his arm. His arm injury he had coming into Miami.
Right.
And I know last year he probably wasn't 100% from that arm injury, due to, he was able to probably get some velocity, but downfield throws were probably tougher. But he has the tools. At Georgia, he struggled, with interceptions, but then he came to Miami and it was a little bit not totally different, but it was different. So I think he'll do well, but you never know.
Especially that position.
Yeah. So
well, speaking of never knowing, in the fourth round, the Jets took Cade Klubnik as their quarterback of the future.
I don't know about the quarterback of the future.
I don't know about quarterback of the future.
Well, you take a guy and hope he pans out. I don't know.
Because who else they get? Because I know Gino's going back, but then they get another quarterback too.
Yeah, they have 3 solid. Well, I ain't gonna say solid. They have 3 quarterbacks on the roster right now. They don't say solid, but Chris Bell went to Miami Dolphins, so they have their new Tyreek Hill. That's a solid replacement.
He's not quite as fast as Tyreek Hill, but he's much more bigger and physical, and he does have speed. Chris Bell's a heck of a football player.
I like him and Malik together long term.
Yeah.
That could be a nice pairing.
They should have their receiving core of the future. Now they just got to get somebody to throw it to them.
Exactly. Darrell Jackson from Florida State went to the Jets, so he'll be there with Cade. And was Quintavious Hutchins, was he the final pick of the draft? Is he Mr. Relevant from New England? He went the 7th round. Is that 247 at the last pick?
Let's see. See if I can use this interwebs again.
Yeah, use your interweb and see if Quintavious Hutchins from Boston College was the final pick in the draft. But all in all, Charlie, it's a very successful draft for the ACC. 38 players is not bad.
I mean, people were killing the ACC about not having so many players, or maybe they were just killing my Seminoles. But it's just
Red Murdoch was Mr. Irrelevant this year.
Okay, all right.
I just think it's all. I mean, it's a year-to-year type deal.
It is year to year. Yeah, 100%.
So now everyone's killing the SEC because the Big Ten has won the last 3 championships in football, and like everyone's clamoring to try to get more money in their conference, with expansion. I just think it is what it is. Like, you're gonna have a certain number of guys who are of the draft board. Some teams, some conferences, just not. But everybody's going to have good talent, at the end of the day.
Well, it's certainly hard to claim you're the best conference on the planet if you can never win, like, anything beyond your conference. So, so there may be some validity to people's hammering away at the SEC, who routinely says they're the best, but they're not winning right now. So, all right, Charlie, I got to get this. I know you got to get out of here in a few minutes, but I got to get this one out before I let you go, because we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I know that Jaylen Brown is very upset at how his season ended, though he says this is the best season he's ever played, and we'll get back to that in a minute, because that was a wild statement.
Had the most fun.
Yeah, it was the most fun. That's a wild statement to make, by the way. But and he was so proud of his guys this season, which, again, wild statements to make. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to talk about the actual game, Charlie. And you are not just Charlie Ward. Well, I want to talk about, before we go on to what's going on in the conference finals as it relates to, what's happening right now. Right. I want to go back to the first round for just a second. And I just want to ask you, as a state championship winning coach and a coach that had a very productive first year in college basketball, if your team has shot 11 of 39 from the 3-point, at what point do you look at them and say, just go stop shooting that and go score it, go do something else? Like, this ain't working. Like, help me understand, because I'm telling you, as a journalist, I sit here and I am frustrated by the Boston Celtics in those final 3 games shot 35 for 127 from the 3-point line. That is an insane number. I don't understand.
That's why they're sitting at home.
That's why they're sitting. Is that stubbornness to a strategy? What causes that?
I mean, it's the philosophy of the program
coach,
or team or whatever you want to call it, And so that's why. I mean, we all are byproducts of our experiences, our philosophies, and those types of things. And if that's what you believe in, your expectation is you need to make it happen. And so they I mean, that's what they've been doing all year. That's how they got there. So it's hard to just say, pull the brakes from what actually got you there. And it came back to bite them. So, I'm just always a believer in a healthy balance, and being efficient. Regardless, I mean, you have your philosophies and what have you, but you have to have a healthy balance and be willing to make adjustments. But when your philosophy is trying to get up as many threes as possible, you're going to lose games because you're not going to shoot well all the time. That's just.
I'm watching the game, Charlie, and I'm saying Philly is literally surrendering the mid-range shot. They're like, "We'll give you that," and they wouldn't. And they were like, "No, we don't want that. Give us a three, whether it's open or not. It doesn't matter. We're shooting that 3-point." It was an insane game to me. So as much as Jalen would like to complain about the refereeing and the flopping and all of the things, it's the 3-point shooting for me. Like it was. You can't.
And they kept.
I mean, at least get a paint touch.
They kept shooting bad. They kept shooting bad ones.
Oh, yeah. Bad.
That was my biggest issue, was they would just keep coming down and shooting the same shot. And I'm like, dude, you just shot that same shot. I understand you think the next one's going to go in, but the next one's not going in. Like you keep saying the next one's not going in. So when are you going to just stop and say, I need to do something different, or let me run some time off the clock? I mean, they just kept coming down past one pass shot or no pass shot.
Right.
And if you miss, those are just
long rebounds.
Demoralizing.
I mean, if you're gonna chuck a lot of threes, at least run some kind of offense to get a three.
No,
like Charlie said, they were not running any kind of offense. They just run it down and chuck it.
Well, and never was it more prevalent and ridiculous than when it's a 1-point game, and all you have to do is drive to the back. Jalen is one of the strongest players on the basketball court. And instead of coming down and driving to the basket to try to score on this guy, putting the guy in a pick and roll, seeing if he can get to the basket that way, no, 3-point shot. Let's see if it works this time. It was unbelievable. It really was. They shot 3 threes in a row with a 1-point deficit. It was crazy. I was like, you know what? Y'all deserve to win.
So my question is, has he gone on Twitch or whatever he's on and talked about that?
No, I haven't heard a word about this ridiculous philosophy. And by the way, I'm starting to think his coach not so much the genius. He may be
starting to think that?
A little bit insane. Just a little bit insane. Just a little, because it just doesn't make any sense. And now we haven't said all.
Starting 5 he rolled out there for Game 7 wasn't a giveaway.
Listen, that was because that starting 5 was because of a guy who couldn't play.
Well, that doesn't explain Luka Garza's starting.
Well, Luka is a streak shooter. Listen, he believes in the streak shooter. That's why Hauser's out there. That's why Pritchard's out there. That's why Luka Garza's out there, because they're streak shooters. And when they're hot, they're hot. But when they're not hot, oh boy.
So here's the starting 5 for that game. Luka Garza, Derek White, yes. Jaylen Brown, yes. Ron Harper Jr., who's barely played all season, and then Baylor Shireman.
That seems like a winning formula. Said no one, by the way, ever. No. Like no one has ever put that sentence together.
I can understand want to keep bringing Pritchard off the bench because that's where he's most effective. I can understand that. But you won't start Sam Hauser and Keita has been playing for him all season.
I have another coaching question, Charlie. At the trade deadline, Boston went out of their way to trade pieces to Chicago to get Nikola Vucevic. And he didn't play not a minute of that game at all. Like he
DNP coach's decision.
And I'm saying, okay, help me understand. Just for my own.
Again,
Help me understand.
Baylor Shireman played 22 minutes.
Because Joel Embiid is killing you. He is destroying you literally have Jaylen Brown, who is giving up 4 inches to this guy, trying to guard Joel Embiid underneath, and he's giving up like 30, 40 pounds. He's walking him down under the basket and shooting baby hooks into the basket. And Vucevic can't give you 6 fouls? He can't give you 6 fouls at least?
Well, I'm always going to side on the caution of the coach because we're not in their meetings. We don't know what their whole philosophy, of why they went with their lineups. And because I'm sure they talked through it, and they felt good about it, whatever it was, their philosophy was. And I don't say it backfired, but that's part of coaching. You're going to make some good moves, and sometimes the moves don't pan out. Because if he came out and those guys who came and played with great energy, which potentially could have been a reason why he chose to go with that group, because he's looking for energy, then it makes sense, to do that. But it's just, we don't know, like, the reason behind it. And of course, it didn't work in a sense. And everybody's going to criticize and those types of things. But that's part of making decisions and choices. And I'm sure it was well thought out, not just a whim.
Well is strong. Well is strong. It was thought out. I'm not gonna go with well.
So it's just that whole factor, because when you make decisions, like I tell my guys, coaches make decisions, players have to make it right. And when you're a player, coaches make decisions, we have to make it right.
Yeah.
On the court, whatever that looks like. and so it's a hand-in-hand trust factor. Because like I used to tell people all the time, there's no play that came into the huddle that wasn't a good play. It all came down to the execution of that play. Because if it was a bad play that the defense, was right on, well, it's my decision to throw the ball away, or not to throw it to the other team.
Right.
Just because it was they played it well, they knew we were doing whatever the case may be. It was my decision to go out and make it right by throwing the ball away, playing the next down.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean by, it's that trust factor, and you have to trust the guys that you have, and you hope that they make you right.
Well, speaking of that, your Knicks are on fire right now. They're playing extremely well.
Orange and blue skies, Charlie.
Orange and blue skies. And it also looks as though there's no end in sight, because we don't know if Joel Embiid is going to make it back for Game 3. It appears that the knee injury may be a little bit more significant than people are saying, or they may have held him out. They're not really saying a lot, but they're saying it is something. And so it doesn't appear that he's going to be, regardless of whether he comes back or not, he's not going to be close to 100% at all. So that's a problem in this series, because the Knicks do have a center. Now, the headline on ESPN.com right now is why the Knicks need Karl-Anthony Towns to stop fouling, which I agree. Like, it does. You got to calm down because you got the advantage. You really do have the advantage in this series right now.
I love Cat, but he loves committing stupid fouls.
Yeah, and it becomes a very different team when he's not on the court. I love the way that he played in the last series as a distributor, because it took a lot of pressure off of Brunson. It kind of opened things up for Anunoby a little bit more. It was a really smart strategy to make. Now, full disclosure, Anunoby hobbled off the court last night. We don't know what it is. It appears, if we're dime store doctoring it right now. It appears it looks like a hamstring pull. We don't know what grade though, but he could miss the next game. And that's significant because I think he's averaging like 22, 23 points or something like that.
Yeah.
He's playing really, really, really well. But nevertheless, it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep this momentum up and what's going to happen. But how are you feeling about your Knicks right now, Charlie?
They're of course playing well, and I mean, last few games they've won them since their first two losses to the Hawks. They've kind of found their way offensively, then defensively. They've kind of put a stranglehold on teams, which is what you want. And their depth is going to be a key as well, because you're going to have injuries, and you need other guys to step up and play well. But the challenge, I think, for not just the Knicks but Philly is they have to play through probably Maxey.
Yes,
That's the reason. That's the reason why they were probably close to winning last night, because they had the ball in his hands a little bit more. And when they play through Embiid, it slows the game down a lot for them.
Plus, they're so used to playing without Embiid, it probably is jarring when he comes back.
Well, they had a good flow last night. They had a really good flow last night, and I thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought they were going to pull it out, but it just got really.
They at the end of the game they adapted the Celtics game plan,
right?
Which is keep chucking three. Paul George took one of the absolute worst threes.
Oh, it was awful. That was awful to see.
And then somebody said something to him, and he looks like he was defending. I'm like, bro,
he was defending it. He was defending it, and I think he was defending it to Edgecombe. It looked like Edgecombe was talking to him.
Like, you're only down 5 with plenty of time left. I mean, that three pretty much sealed the game.
That killed it. That was the game. Yeah, that was the game.
Yeah, you don't need a 3 to begin with. Go in there and get a quick 2. And then he's fading 2 people on him, and they just cross half court. I'm like, this is an experienced guy. Now, if this was Edgecombe that did that, I could let it slide. He's a rookie.
That was playoff P.
Which is why playoff P ain't never won nothing. Because, I mean, what are you doing in that situation?
Charlie, it sounds like you're in your office, and I know your screen is frozen, but it does sound like you're in your office. Would that be correct?
Yes. I just got into the office.
Well, listen. Always appreciate a Charlie Ward attendance. Always appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened to my screen, but
well, it's a good look. It's a good look, though. You look good, though. It's not like it's a bad picture. You look stoic.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys, and go New York, go New York, go.
I see what Charlie's been riding home to each night. There you go. All right, brother. We appreciate you, man. We'll see you in the group chat.
All right. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The great Charlie Ward, ladies and gentlemen. I want to go back to the Celtics real quick, though, just because there's a question that I wanted to ask, and I specifically saved this question for you, because that Twitch thing was kind of, I know some people took it as him venting, but there were moments where I said to myself, is this venting or is this a subtle announcement?
Well, then he did a second Twitch. He did another Twitch yesterday, which he basically said he wants to be in Boston as long as they'll have him, or something to that extent. Or if it was up to him, he'd be in Boston.
Why wouldn't it be up to him? They're going to make you an offer. Why wouldn't it be up to you?
Are they?
Well, I'll just say this: $70 million a year for 2 players is crazy.
Well, that's what that's the NBA now, though.
and it's the same player. Like you're paying the same type of player. That's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. So that's what, 5 years at 70? It would be 4 years or 5 years. Well, he got the bird right, so it's 5, right? So that's $350 million. Jesus.
They got it. That's why about the team.
Who you kidnap? Chelsea Clinton? No. I don't do it as well as you do it. You do it better. But that's a lot of money. 350. Oh boy.
They got it.
He said this was the most fun he's had. Is that what?
Yeah. I heard that, and I heard somebody else explain it to where it did make sense why he would say that. Now it's one of those things where he can feel that, but probably should not say that, because
you say it if you mean it.
Well, you don't have to. But he didn't say. He wasn't even asked.
That's the point I'm making.
It'd be different if he was asked the question. He's just answering it, but he wasn't even asked in the first place.
But that's the point I'm making. You said if you really say, man, I really enjoyed, because what I heard was, I really enjoyed having my own team.
Yeah, and who can blame him? I mean, you're a star player.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
I don't blame him for feeling the way he does. I just wouldn't have expressed it. But you gotta think he's a guy who's probably feels he's every bit as good as Jason Tatum, but he's playing second fiddle to Jason Tatum. It was his team. They came in. There was no expectations on that team, so they're playing carefree all season anyway.
Well, there was a media expectation. The media had them winning 39 games
before the season.
Yeah, the projections. Go back and look at it. The projections were 39.
But still, that's still 39. That's a losing record. I mean, so
right.
Yeah. So I mean, you coming in, you're not even expecting to make the playoffs with losing, since projected for 39 wins. And so you come in, you can play carefree. You're the man on this carefree team. I can understand why he had fun. I mean, he was an MVP candidate this year, so I can understand it. I just wouldn't have said it.
So there's a team that's looking to make some changes, probably because their star is disgruntled. Would you make that trade? Would you if you're Milwaukee, do you call the Celtics and say, hey, your guy wants his own team and our guy wants off this team?
I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense. Taking my Laker fandom out of it, it makes all of the sense. In fact, it makes the most sense of anything that I've heard discussed. Far more than Miami, far more than the Knicks, far more than my Lakers. That makes the most sense. Because one thing about Jalen, he don't care what market he's in.
No.
Because he's all about community investment and all of that type of stuff anyway. So he just wants to be somewhere where he feels appreciated. And by the way, perfect timing, because you got a coach that understands what it means to have a star player in Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, and far less worrisome star player.
Oh, listen, this is Taylor Jenkins' dream scenario.
And
lose Giannis, get Jaylen Brown, I think he'd be very happy.
And he doesn't have to deal with Ja anymore.
And he doesn't have to deal with Ja anymore.
Which I don't understand why the Grizzlies let him go in the first place. But
I don't either. I thought that was crazy. Because it certainly wasn't his fault.
No. Because they went with the player in that situation. So I think him and Ja kind of falling out. But then, you're most likely giving up Ja, too. So they totally ripped that thing down to the studs. Yeah. And they're still stuck with Ja. I guess Ja will get traded
until the trade deadline or the draft. Yeah. Ja, I'm sure Ja has put a moving truck on standby because he's not going to be living in Memphis much longer. It's over. It's over. This divorce is inevitable. So that's what's going on with the Knicks and the 76ers. The Pistons and the Cavs, that was an interesting first game. I think the Cavs series is going to come down to just James Harden and can he stop turning the ball over?
Yeah.
If he can stop doing that, they'll have a chance to win that series. But because the Pistons don't have anybody to score, they don't like.
But they've got Cade, but
right, but beyond Cade and an occasional Tobias Harris sighting. Now Duncan Robinson had a good game. He had 19 off, a contributing.
I think them making Tobias Harris the number 2 option was a good, was a smart move. Tobias Harris always has been a serviceable player. I've never understood why he couldn't stick with anybody.
I don't get it either. I think it's the only option you have. Like if you look,
I think he pretty much is their second option, and I think, because with his skill set, Cleveland really doesn't have anybody to match up with him defensively.
They don't. They absolutely don't. And Thompson, that ain't what he do. His job is to go stop whoever their people are. That's his. Asur's job is to go stop whoever is causing problem, which is why James Harden had 7 turnovers.
Right.
So he did his job.
And Cade's size gives Donovan problems.
Yes.
So I think Detroit's gonna win that series.
You do? You think Detroit's gonna? You don't think there's any way Cleveland pulls this out because they have the better talent.
I mean, Detroit's the number 1 seed for a reason.
Detroit is the number 1 seed for 1,000%.
So I think Cade's size and Asur's size out there on Donovan and Harden is makes the difference in the series. On both ends of the floor.
Cleveland don't know what to do with Jared Allen. Like he is just out there, and
I love Jared Allen.
I love Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen in a different uniform could play great, but in this uniform,
he's great for them.
Like they are lost. Sometimes.
But that last game, that game 7 they played in,
right? He was outstanding. Yeah. I don't know. They don't. This doesn't seem like they know what to do with him consistently, and so it. I don't know. It's weird. The Timberwolves Spurs. As we go over to the Western Conference, the Timberwolves Spurs.
That went about how I expected last night. Yes. First of all, let's start with that. Yes. They got the split, and it seemed like they were already comfortable with the split. And I think, because I think, when Spurs came out and hit them in the mouth, and Minnesota was like, yeah, you know what? let's go ahead and rest our guys a little bit.
They're playing the long game. The Wolves are playing the long game, and they know they got an injured Anthony Edwards, and they don't need to run him into the ground within 2 games. So if had they jumped out to a good start, maybe they would have pushed. Yeah, then but if once it got out of control, they were like, we got what we came for. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way to play it.
Can we just say this together and agree that 12 blocks is diabolical? That is crazy.
And he'll have a game. He'll match or beat that.
I think I agree with somebody. I heard somebody. I think it was Kenny said it last night. I think I do agree that at some point he's going to get a 20 block game.
Oh yeah, it was Kenny said that. Yeah.
I could see him getting a 20 block game very easily. Like
the only reason why he may not get a 20 block game in this series is because Rudy will keep him down low. But if they're playing Nas, which the Spurs were strategical in putting Wemby out there when Nas is out there at 5.
Yeah.
Then he could, because he can get out there and block threes on the perimeter. With Rudy, when Rudy's in there, he's got to stay down low. But yeah, when he can get out there and block your 3-point shot, yeah, he'll get 20.
Interesting that they have yet to have a great game from De'Aaron Fox. Like he had 16 last night. I guess that's fine. He didn't need to get more last night.
Right, he didn't need more last night. So.
But I'm just curious because I think they go as De'Aaron goes. Because I think De'Aaron opens up the game. The reason why Stephon Castle can be as good as he is,
that shot he hit last night was insane.
It was insane. Right. I think the reason why he can be as good as he is because you cannot take your eyes off De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox when he's on is about as pure a scorer as is in the game. He was plus 24 last night. Plus 24 is crazy.
Yeah. So he didn't score as much per se, but
right, it didn't look like that, right?
Yeah, but yeah, he still kind of dictated things. For those who didn't see it though, because Castle they outletted it to him with the shot clock going down. He's already in the air when he catches the ball and releases it and knocks down a three. It was insane. I don't think people realize how hard that is.
I honestly, from a physics perspective, don't even know how he did it. Like I was like,
I don't know how that happened.
How did you?
That was insane.
I don't understand that shot at all. But he made it work. Like he did. he did the thing. So they're tied 1-1, and then tonight the Los Angeles Lakers will try desperately to try to tie up that series, and before it heads back to Los Angeles, and
The thing is like watching that game the other night. You got the strong start from LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bad game from Shea.
Good defense on Shea.
And Jalen Williams is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they still methodically beat you by almost.
Did not matter. Did not matter at all. We couldn't hit a shot because you got to make shots, and you got to make shots beyond LeBron.
And I'm going to tell you now, having LeBron come out looking to score early in the game is not a recipe for them going forward.
I don't like it either. I think it's got to be getting the other guys involved. But the problem is, if he doesn't score, then instead of being down in the fourth quarter, you're down in the first quarter trying to play catch up the whole game. So it's a weird catch-22.
Yeah, it is a catch-22 because it's not sustainable for him to play like that.
It's not.
It's not
at age 41.
I mean, because really and truly, the reason why Houston won those two games that they did is because LeBron was gassed in that game 3 from going to overtime.
He was completely worn out as a 41-year-old man should be.
Right.
So yes, listen. Great series against Houston. An outstanding performance by LeBron to even get him there. But it probably, we're getting very close to time to making whatever arrangements for the summer that you're going to make. Like I just don't see a path.
And it's not even a knock on LeBron or the Lakers per se. Really, it's just the Thunder just come at you in waves.
And we don't have enough. We don't have enough guys that consistently do the things that you're supposed to do. Well,
except them.
Well, here's the interesting part. I think San Antonio might, because it starts with their guy in the middle, and then it branches out. So I think they might. I think that'll be the series where we see some this is interesting. But until that matchup happens, and by the way, it may not happen because Minnesota has some dogs as well. But I still think the Spurs win as well. But we don't have enough guys that do all the things consistently.
And like even with the Spurs, even though they won the regular season matchup or whatever, I still think they're a piece or two away from really beating the Thunder in the series.
I don't disagree with that. I think the Spurs are so young, and the
Thunder are too. It's just but there's just so many of them. Their depth is unlike anything we're used to seeing in the NBA. Right. The NBA usually, it's a 12-man roster, but it usually only goes about 7, maybe 8 deep. They go a good 10.
Well, normally depth, that type of depth where there's no drop-off in the NBA is impossible. But for some reason, the NBA decided to give the Oklahoma City Thunder all the draft picks. Like they have all of them. And they've used them very wisely. And by the way,
and then they go out and get McCain from the Sixers, who fits in perfectly with that team with his personality, his style, his way he plays, his skill set is perfect for that team. And he was killing the Lakers.
He was. It got ugly late in that game. But I'll say this: the challenge of the Thunder going forward is the financial part. Will they be able to be balancing the financial part with the picks and how that's going to be the fun part of seeing what they do, because I think they're going to pay their core. I think the core is Shea.
But here's the thing. Who do you call a core with that team?
I think
Definitely
the core.
Shea.
I think it's Shea. I think it's Jalen Williams. I think it's Chet.
And then Chet.
And then everybody else is moved. Because
if you're like Lou Dort, though.
Well, he's a free agent this summer.
But he's kind of like the defensive heartbeat of that team.
He is. But can you find another Lou Dort?
But
you can't pay everybody $200 million. You can't do that. Somebody's got to be the odd man out. I think it's going to be Lou.
It probably will be Lou.
Which, by the way, I'd be more excited about the Lakers getting Lou Dort this summer than I would be about Giannis. If I'm being honest, we need defensive help. You cannot win a championship without defense.
He is a younger version of Marcus Smart.
Yes, and he can shoot. The kid is. He has every tool in the bag. So I'd want to see. That's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what people do in this offseason, because everybody is trying to build for two teams, basically. Like, how do you stop Oklahoma City? How do you stop San Antonio and where they're going to be next year and going forward? By the way, let's go back before we go forward. Do you break up the Nuggets?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think so too.
I think this has ran its course.
Yeah. I mean,
you tried to bring Brown back, it didn't work. You didn't get Peyton Willis to play at all.
Yeah, I think you keep Nikola. I'm even lukewarm on Murray at this point.
I think Murray is a trade piece. I think Murray is, and Gordon is. I think you try to get what you can and try to make some things happen. Now, the trick is Nikola going to sign the deal? Like he said he is, but is he? Until he does, he hasn't.
You're right. I think you're right. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's fascinating. It's fascinating because, first of all, I want to give a shout out, an early shout out. I know we give shout outs at the end, but I want to give an early shout out to somebody. That is the greatest performance defensively that I've ever seen Rudy Gobert have. Mm-hmm. That's the first time I've ever watched him and said, that's a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he had Nikola all messed up. Nikola,
oh man,
and doing so many things that are uncharacteristic of the way he plays. What is this? What is this new set on First Take?
They're in LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in LA. He's in the LA studio.
Okay, because I was like, what is this? Because this does not look like a sports show. It looks like somebody's family room.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, but
I saw Cameron on there yesterday, though.
Yeah, the fact that Cameron is on there lets me know that we are in. And by the way, apparently Skip Bayless is coming tomorrow.
Friday, yeah.
Which is crazy. I'm going to be honest with you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If Skip Bayless comes back on a regular basis, I'm out. I'm out on First Take altogether.
Really and truly, when we're doing this show, that's the most I watch First Take.
Yeah, I don't. Lately, I haven't been watching it because I'm tired of the rhetoric. And then Stephen A is kind of like, I respect what he's done, but some of the rhetoric is like, I don't need this. This is not helping me in any way in my life. So,
and I applaud the improvement of Kendrick Perkins.
Yes.
But sometimes he says stuff like the other day. It was like, if the Spurs don't win game 2, that they're going to get swept. I'm like, dude, that's relax.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's up against you when you lose the first 2 games of the series at home. But relax.
I don't know who has more hyperbole in their takes, Orlovsky, Perkins, or Brian Windhorst. They're all 3 are bad. Like they're all.
Levitar's got some of that in him too.
Levitar does as some wild takes sometimes.
He's so prisoner of the moment. Everything's the greatest thing he's ever seen.
No, but I can almost tolerate that a little bit because that's just fan hyperbole. I don't mind that a little bit. But some of the stuff that Kendrick Perkins will say, or Windhorst. Brian Windhorst is like, he'll say some stuff. You're like, dude, that is not how that works at all. And I'm sorry. But, they'll say it as fact. And then you're just kind of like, what? No. No. So I don't know. Han, what's his first name? That he's with the Knicks. He's on there.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
He had an interesting take today, too, going back all the way back to the Celtics real quick. He said, who would you choose? Would you choose Brown or Tatum? Who would you choose, Kendrick?
I think I would go Tatum. I think I would go with Tatum. But like it's one of those things where if they went Jalen, I wouldn't blame him for that. But I think I would go with Tatum.
I think we're headed toward a breakup.
I do think we're headed towards a breakup, regardless.
Yeah, not because it's just financial. That like I just don't
financial, and plus, I mean, honestly, and same with the Nuggets. I think that window's closed with that team, with that current makeup of that team. I think that window's closed.
Do you give Joe Mazzulla any more rope?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a title. And he's gotten to the finals twice. You got to give him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give him a little more rope. Okay.
But if he pulls what he did in Game 7 again, then no, it's
boy. Okay. All right. I want to hear about this derby as we get to the rest of the stuff. This segment is called The Rest of the Stuff. If I can get it up. There you go. All right. I want to hear about this derby. You were there. You saw history being made. And by the way, Golden Tempo ran the worst race and the best race I've ever seen. It was crazy. I was like, this dude. I didn't even. So just real quick, from a fan perspective, I'm sitting with my ladies. My daughter picked, what's the name of the horse? 6
Speed.
6 Speed. She picked 6 Speed. And for like a minute and 45 seconds, it looked like she might have her wish. And then, but when they turned that last corner, I pointed to the screen and said, you see that horse coming? Like a madman up the track right there. He's going to win the race. She said, what? I said, just watch. He's going to win the race. And sure enough, Golden Tempo did. Well, what was it like being there? Seeing the first woman trainer ever win the Kentucky Derby.
It was awesome. It was funny, though, because me and basically almost everybody working at BLEAV that was at the track that day. We're all together. It was fun to see. We never all usually Derby Day. We all go our separate ways. Like be some factions here. This was all of us together.
Nice,
and it was great. It was fun and it's fun to be with everybody. We were on the first turn, so basically you had to watch the finish up on the big screens, and like when they cut because you couldn't tell who won, and they cut to the handlers for Oselli. So I thought Oselli had won, which would have
okay.
Which would have been a Louisville trainer winning the Derby.
Would have been a huge story.
Yeah, and it
equally as huge.
Yes. It had been the second Louisville trainer to ever win it, but the first one to ever win it without a disqualification. But it was Golden Tempo, and so I mean it was awesome. Of course, if people hadn't heard the news, Golden Tempo will not run in the Preakness.
Yeah, I heard that.
They made that decision yesterday. They've got to move that race back. With Churchill Downs bought the Preakness Stakes, so I've got a feeling they'll move it back.
Let me say, based on his Derby performance, he should not run the Preakness. As currently constructed.
He wasn't going to win the Preakness anyway.
He was not going to win
the race. The race is too short.
I'm stunned that he won the Derby. If I'm being honest with you, he was
20-1. So I think 24-1 by the time they hit the gate. Yeah. So plus the Preakness is the shortest of the three. For people who don't know, the Preakness is the shortest of the three.
Right.
And it's considered more of a sprint.
Yeah. He wasn't going to make that up.
He wasn't going to make that up in the Preakness.
Yeah.
But it would make sense for them to run the Derby the first Saturday in May, run the Preakness Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
And then run the Belmont the first Saturday in July, because you're liable to get 4th of July, and you can combine all of that. Just saying.
Yeah, I never understood what the rush was. Like, why are we back to back?
And it hasn't always. It's because it's been like that for a long time. But there was times in the past when it wasn't like that. So I don't know. But the Preakness has had all kind of issues in Baltimore as a whole thing on its own. So
my wife asked me a question that I could not answer, but I assumed I was right. She said, I did. I'm probably wrong, but
that's the manliest thing ever.
I assumed I was right. Does the Preakness and the now I said to her, she asked me, does the Preakness and the Belmont, do they have similar festivities like the Derby? I said probably the Preakness does because it's in Baltimore, but I can't imagine that the Belmont does because it's in New York, and there's so many things to do in New York. I can't imagine they're having parades and all of those things in New York.
It's not as big a deal in either one of them.
Okay.
Now the Preakness, when I've been there, it's a little bit more wild in the infield than the Derby is because the Derby's corporatized everything.
Right.
And so it's still a little crazy the infield of the Derby, but
I mean, even citywide ramp up. Like, is there a ramp up to it on either one of them?
When I've never been to the Belmont, so I can't speak on the Belmont.
Okay,
but
I can't imagine because that's in New York. That's 30 miles from Manhattan. They're not doing that in downtown Manhattan.
Right. I mean, I would imagine though if there's a Triple Crown on the line, if somebody's won,
maybe it's a little more energy. Yeah.
But as far as like the crazy what goes on here leading up to the race, not for either one of them.
Okay.
And then the Preakness, like I said, they've had their issues because of their track issue, and so
right
because Pimlico, I mean, lack for a better term, is dump, and they've knocked it down. So they're racing at Laurel, which is a much smaller track. And so I wouldn't imagine that they're hyping it up that much. Well, now that Derby winner's not in it, it's not going to get that much hype anyway.
And to me, they've got to fix that part because the whole reason why I care.
Because you want to see a Triple Crown.
I want to see a Triple Crown winner. Other than that, I don't give a flying flip if some horse that I've never heard of wins the who cares?
Yeah, that's the other part of it. Not only is the Derby winner not in it, I think there's only like one, maybe two horses that were in the Derby that are in it.
Oh, well, then this is.
There are a couple Derby scratches that are in it.
Right. But by the way,
Joe Public don't remember that. I know who they are because I had to cover them all for 2 weeks. But
by the way, dodged a serious bullet at the beginning of the race with Great White and his
Great White.
Jockey. That was crazy. I was like, but the horse told him before the race started. I don't know if you probably didn't see it, but the horse was pacing violently in the barn. Like I'm not running today. I don't know what I got to do to tell y'all I ain't running today. And so when they brought him out to the track, it didn't surprise me that he violently did what he did because he was in the stall pacing the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, I guess he was like, I can show you better than I can tell you. so thank God he didn't hurt anybody or hurt himself. But yeah, that's a huge horse too. Jesus,
he's huge. Great White is huge, and thank God that the horse didn't hurt himself, and thank God that the horse didn't keel over and fall over and land on the jockey.
Which, by the way, it was inches away from falling on it.
Yes,
like literal inches away.
That horse was the biggest horse in the race
by a lot.
Thank goodness for everyone involved that it didn't turn out worse than it could have been.
Yeah, he was the biggest by a lot, like a whole lot. All right. As we get more into the rest of the stuff, I don't know why I'm supposed to care about this. Like, first of all, let me be very clear. I think I might know 3 French Montana songs, maybe, and they're all features.
Yeah, I only know features.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're all features. I don't know any actual French Montana songs. At least I don't think I do. Maybe I do, and I just don't know that I do. But I don't know why I'm supposed to care about this. Like,
I don't.
No one asked for this.
No.
So my question to you is, has Versus finally lost its relevance?
I mean, if we're being honest, Versus has been relevant since we came out of COVID. They keep doing them.
Well, listen, if this new strand of whatever this new thing is as strong as people say it is, we may be going back into COVID. Who knows? Like, I don't know. It's this new whatever this thing is called, something. So I don't know. But you know what? This government, they'll probably just allow us all to.
Oh yeah, we're not. With this government, we ain't going back into quarantine.
Yeah, just go grab your mask and pray.
And we're not even gonna wear masks. They're just gonna just die.
No, I'm masking up, brother. I go down like that. But yes, you're right. It's this government doesn't really care. But yeah, I don't know who asked for this, and so I don't think
I've never understood why French Montana is famous.
I don't either. Huh? Because he can go, huh? Is that the reason?
I've never gotten. I mean, and call me an old head if you want. I've never gotten the appeal of Future. I don't.
Young Thug.
No.
Lil Yachty. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Uzi Vert.
At least Uzi makes some beats though.
Uzi's got some good beats, but as far as an actual rapper, no.
No, he's this your version of Puffy.
Yeah, I don't
charges
get it.
That.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm with you. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't. I like, even though I'm not a Drake fan, I understand the appeal of Drake, and I do like a lot of Drake songs. I understand.
I like more than I thought I did.
But like,
so I was going to save this for week after next because the album drops next Friday. But are you excited for the Iceman?
No, I'm never excited for when his albums come out because they're all going to sound the same. It's going to be like 2 or 3 bangers, and the rest of it's going to be a bunch of auto-tuned, monotone stuff, and everybody will act like it's the greatest thing ever.
Will he? This is the only real question that matters to the album. Will he poke the bear one last time?
If he does, I would say if I'm Kendrick, I just let it go. You've already won. And like if I'm him, I just move. It's time to move on.
It's been time.
It's been time to move on.
It's literally been 2 years ago. Literally.
Yeah. It's just move on from it. I've at this point, I do wish they would come together.
You want them to come together?
Yeah, and squash it. It's because it's old now. I'm tired of it.
Okay.
Because like my algorithm on Twitter is half of it is MJ and LeBron, the other half is Kendrick and Drake, and it's all of it's asinine at this point.
I'm gonna be real honest with you at this point. I'm not 100% sure you can call me a pedophile and then we boys again. Like that's probably.
They ain't gotta be boys, but just squash it. Just I mean.
I think Kendrick has squashed it. Listen, I squashed him. So there's in my mind, it's squashed. Now
we got a Darren DeVries press conference today. How about that?
Who?
Darren DeVries, IU's head coach.
Oh, okay. You got some things to talk about?
Yeah. Why did they go to my brain mail?
All right. Well, there you go. Let's get to the most important stuff. The most important stuff is the TOC results. If you'd have given me, there were 32 contestants. If you're giving me 31 chances to pick the winner, I probably would have picked Brian Vitalgio. And I love Brian Vitalgio. Yeah. But I would not have picked him to win this thing. I figured this was Jets' year because all the women were gone. Because all the women that can beat him were gone. None of them were competing. And I said, this has got to be Jets' year. So to see him go down was a little shocking. But Brian Vitalgio took the TOC 7 title, the first man to do so, an all-male final.
We've overcome.
We finally overcome. Now, mainly because the real killers weren't they were judging it this year and not in it. Because Manit is a savage. She is a savage. She's a petite little woman. Yeah. And she looks all innocent, but when she gets in the kitchen, oh my God, she is a killer. She is not to be played with. So
I was stunned by old girl going out early though.
Stephanie,
the one with the glasses, for some unbeknownst reason decided she wanted to make a hamburger.
Oh, you're talking about Brett Rossino?
Yeah.
Well, It was what she decided to do, how she decided to do it.
She beat herself.
Yeah, grinding pepperoni
is
crazy.
Yeah, if she'd have ended up if she wouldn't have made that mistake, I think she would have made a run.
She should have literally just taken the pepperoni and laid it on top of the burger, on top of the cheese, and been done with it. Right. It's a pepperoni burger. We're done. Like, that's all she had to do.
She never should have made it.
But grinding it into there was crazy.
Yeah, her idea was fine until the pepperonis was introduced to it. And like, yeah, you gotta make another decision because nothing pepperoni and hamburger does not go.
That don't go together. That don't go together. One of these things is not like the other. It was crazy.
And now we're on the 24/7.
Now we're on the 24 and 24, baby. Yeah. And you were right. You text me and said, "Hey man, this inning's gonna be crazy," and it was crazy. it was crazy. I didn't. And listen. Sometimes you see it coming, and sometimes you're like, "Oh, that's not how I thought this was going to end." Wow. Yeah. So I'm
still stunned that old girl made that gumbo without okra and without rice and still advanced.
Like, what? That's a serious omission. Like it's gumbo. Like, what are we talking about? It's in the title.
And like I'm like, because Chris and I was sitting there like, she's like, she found out late that she needed to have rice in it. I'm like, I'm sure in that kitchen there was some rice in there.
Yeah, it was
that doesn't take long to cook.
Right.
But she made it with noodles. And I'm like,
and no. I didn't like that Wellington. If I'm being honest with you, that's not a Wellington. Even deconstructed, that's not a Wellington. That the whole premise of a Wellington is to take that pastry and wrap it around that meat. So to not do that, but to still advance her was crazy to me. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Like, are we just getting rid of black people? What are we doing? Like, what? Like, that's what we do. Just say that's what we're doing. But it feels like whoever judged that, and by the way, it's a blind judge, so I can't say they don't. Yeah, right. I can't say they were trying to do that, but I was like,
there's no way that gumbo should have. That's the one that got me. That gumbo should not have advanced.
That didn't even sound good. A rice noodle with gumbo? That sounded crazy.
And no okra.
I don't even like okra. Me neither, but I know gumbo. Right, I know gumbo. Okra goes in gumbo. Every gumbo I've ever seen had okra in it. That's all I'm saying. So I didn't understand.
She had another dish too that I was like,
yes, the first one I didn't like either one of her dishes.
No,
I thought she sucked at both of those dishes, and
I like her because I've seen her. I've called
very
her
nice young lady. Christina Rossi, I think is her name. Yeah,
I've seen her show a couple times.
Yeah, very nice young lady.
Yeah, it's on in the summer. Her show is on in the summer, and like on Sunday mornings or whatever.
Yeah, this is not a reflection of her as a person.
No,
I just hated both her dishes. I hated both of those.
The gumbo pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. The gumbo pissed me off.
It did, because it was like
it's that advanced.
I just knew she was the one going out. I was like, oh, it's gonna be her. Now, to be fair though, old girl didn't quite nail she didn't quite nail the dish. No.
It was shocking, to be honest. Now, granted, they've stepped it up and made it super duper more difficult than it has been in years past.
It's way harder this season than it's ever been.
Like, so many of these chefs did not hit the mark on their dishes. It was crazy.
But to be fair, those dishes were hard.
Oh, so hard.
Like they were hard.
Like a beef Wellington in 20 minutes?
No, that's not happening. You're not getting a beef Wellington in 24 minutes. No, that's not happening. Technically, you're not getting a gumbo in 24 minutes. Like that's just so. All of those dishes were really, really challenging dishes. So I get it, but the gumbo to me was the furthest away from where it was supposed to be, and for it to have made it through was crazy. I was like, that seems crazy, but. Nevertheless, now does Barbecue Showdown start this weekend or is it next weekend?
It's on Monday this year.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. They're airing on Mondays this year. I don't know why. And I didn't realize that food truck show was in season 19. Did you know that?
No.
Yes, it's in the 19th season. I'm thinking it's some Survivor things going on where they'll have like 2 or 3 seasons and within 1 year. There's no way that.
Oh yeah. That's probably what it is. That's
the season finale, they're shooting it on Thursday at Churchill Downs.
Get out.
Yeah, it's ending at Churchill Downs.
Are you gonna be able to sneak over?
It's today. I want to go so
sneak
bad.
over.
But it's at 5 o'clock.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Unless I'm live at Churchill Downs.
I mean,
I've done dumber things, but
surely there's a story at Churchill that's happening that could. No,
Bobby Flay was there. I saw Bobby Flay on
Shout
Saturday.
out to Bobby Flay.
Guy Fieri comes to the Derby every year. He was there.
Was he there? Guy Fieri was there. Full hair extension.
I didn't see him. I saw some pictures.
Okay, gotcha.
But he was there. It was interesting who was at Derby this year.
It was. A lot of New York Giants went to the Derby this year for some reason. I'm not sure why, but like Jackson.
Fabulous was there. The rapper? Yeah, he was a Derby this year.
Well, but now listen, let's be clear. Let's be very clear. This is the behind the scenes for those of you who don't know. A lot of deals get done at Derby.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of business deals get done at Derby. So when you see all these people showing up at Derby, there is a reason. Because Zay Flowers was at Derby. And I was like, what are you doing at Derby? But again, in 2 or 3 months, you may see some Zay Flower commercials. So there you go. That's how it works. That's what Derby is. It's a meeting of business, sports, culture. They all come together for this one time.
Yeah, so, Belichick and his handler were there.
Oh. Oh man. Oh boy, that escalated quickly. I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming at all. Man, that was like a
They were there. Gronk was there.
Did you saw them? You saw them together?
There's been pictures everywhere. ESPN.
Oh, you saw the pictures. Okay. I was just wondering live, does it look as awkward live as it looks when you're looking at it on TV? It looks really awkward.
Well, he looks awkward no matter what. Let's see.
Speaking of awkward,
Jalen Ramsey was there.
Really? Well, again, deals get done. Speaking of awkward things that are done in New England,
everything.
How do we stop this Diana Rossini story? How do we stop it?
We don't.
Because at this point, it's so far out of control.
And it's been so far beyond me caring anymore for a while, but yet
they keep forcing us to. Yeah, it's like
it's coming out.
You know what? I feel so bad for her husband.
I do too.
Because he met that woman on GP, and he was like, "This is the love of my life. This is the woman I want to build a family with." And she out here building families with other folk, like
Yeah, the stuff with the latest stuff with the boat.
Oh, I wonder. Can you get a birth certificate on open records? You're supposed to be able to do that, right? You can get a birth certificate on open records.
I mean, all this is setting up for a great episode of Maury Povich.
I'd watch.
I mean, he's got that new ghetto ass show coming on BET now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd watch that. Mike and Diana. And seeing her run off the stage, no matter what, like I'm here for that. Matter of fact, I really don't even want that on BET. That is so much an ABC moment because it needs to be on in front of as many eyeballs as we possibly can. and I don't even want Maury to do it. I want Robin Roberts to do it because she'll do it with a little bit of, like.
But she can do the build up, the storytelling of it. But you have to have Maury.
You want Maury to give the final. You have to have Maury
ring the envelope.
You know what's gonna be funny though? I want to see the kid because if he looks like him, then it's like, what are we doing? Like we don't,
because he's got very distinguishing features.
Right. Listen, this should be really obvious if Mike Vrabel
Feels
is the
like
father.
he probably has some dominant genes in there. Even though she's got some dominant genes, because she's Italian, so she's.
If this kid has like a fat old like
neck
chin and a thick neck, it's his kid.
Yeah,
right. It's his kid. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess. Okay, I got to get to my favorite story before we get out of here. My favorite story of the week by far. And it's also my first shout out. Shout out to Stephon Diggs for standing on business.
I don't know if you want to go fight on that hill.
Well, here's what I mean by it. Slade said that this man slapped her, strangled her, and owed her money. And I know her name is Jamila Adams. Her real name is Jamila Adams.
Mm-hmm.
But I guarantee you she's kin to Juicy Smouye. I guarantee you. Because she was clearly like, without question, Kendrick. I don't know how much of this you saw.
Not much.
Without question, she is the worst star witness in the history of the legal system.
I haven't seen much, but what I have seen does confirm what you're saying.
Oh, I honestly didn't even know that the trial was going on until it kind of popped up in my timeline, and I watched one video. The video was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And in that 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I was like, oh boy, you're going to lose this spectacularly. She said, I never sent that message. I never sent that message. And the defense was like, ma'am, I have the text messages right here. Is this you? And when she said, I don't know how to answer that, I said, well, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
That's what she said. She said, there's so many amendments to the Constitution of the United States. I can only choose one.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. Jamila Adams is a good time. I see why he dated her. I do. I get it. She is, because she's a stone cold nut. I don't even blame her for the failure. I blame the prosecution because you clearly didn't do due diligence. They was pulling out so many receipts at this. They had dash cams. They had videos of her dancing the day after.
The dancing videos is what I saw.
I was like, who is on this prosecution team? Where are the interns? Where are the people where are the paralegals that are supposed to do the research to prepare this trial? Who prepared this woman for court? She is awful. And God bless her. She did the best she could to try to preserve the thing. She did. She was like, well, I mean, he pulled a move on me. He strangled me, but he turned around and grabbed me and then threw me to the bed. What? Like, what are you talking about? It was crazy. But it was a good time though, Kendrick. It was a good time. But it would have helped her tremendously if she had watched that Dave Chappelle episode, because she needed the fifth bad. And by the way, that's why the Constitution was set up, for moments like that. You don't have to say you don't understand.
But
just say I plead the fifth.
Thing is, that's why there's this funny little thing when it comes to lawsuits called discovery.
That's what I don't understand. That's why I didn't understand what the prosecution was doing. I'm like, y'all had access to the same information. Why didn't y'all?
Was a certain couple of people who've been running around talking about they're gonna sue people, and they never do.
Right.
That's why it's discovery.
Listen. And I'm talking about, shout out to Stephon's team. They were ready. They were more than ready. Man, when that lady hit her with didn't your legal team reach out and ask for $5 million? The look that she looked, she's like, she might as well have done this. Ooh, is it hot in here? I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a fun time. The fastest I've ever seen a jury in an assault case come back with a verdict.
Bro, I saw the video, and then 2 seconds later, I saw the verdict.
Yeah, it took them, and I think it would have happened even faster than that. But I think there's a little bit of a walk from the jury box to the room, and then you got to fill out the paperwork. But
Yeah.
I'm sure the majority of the time was done. They had made up their mind in the jury box. I'm sure they did a straw poll. Was like, y'all, we all know she's guilty, right? Because we can beat traffic at this point. We can all
Right.
beat
Yeah,
traffic.
we can get home. We can
They were home before 4 o'clock.
Yeah. We can get home in time to watch our stories.
They got home in time enough to see themselves on the news.
Right.
So that was the highlight of my week, was watching her. She really made my week. Just to see the systematic. But now this is the part I hate. Because there are women who are going. By the way, this is not to say that Stephon Diggs is not like challenged in many mental ways. This whole situation is all his fault. He could not have been stupider if he tried. This is all his fault. I mean, every single bit of this is his fault. But having said that, I hate that this makes it harder for the next woman to be believed. Yeah, who's telling the absolute truth. I do believe things got weird in that room. I do believe that. I don't think he strangled her and choked her and all that foolishness. But I do think things got weird when he said, I won't be with you no more, and I'm not going to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but boy, she could not hold that lie together at all. It was rough. I felt bad.
Yeah, but for him, though, I mean, it's common sense. You can't be messing around with somebody you paying. You can't mess around with your employee. You can't. No. You can't.
Although it appears he's doing that with the several women on the staff. But, but I really wanted, I'll close with this. The only thing that was missing was, God rest his soul, but Tommy and Martin and Cole running up behind her going, keep the line alive! That would have taken it to a whole nother level if somebody would just yell that out in the room. But she tried it. I mean, she definitely tried it. I got to give her points for trying it. She did try it.
But it seems like she would have had a better chance if she had just said sexual harassment, because at the end of the day, he was her boss.
She would have won a sexual harassment case. As crazy as this all sounds, well, I don't know, because it was mutual. They were dating. They dated for like 4 years before he hired her.
Oh,
so
that's different. I didn't
know that. So I don't. This just was bad. This was I blame, number one blame is the prosecution. There's no way you looked at this case and was like, we can win this. There's no way you met with her in real time, heard her testimony, and was like, oh, we got a lock solid case. She's a stone cold nut. She is a loon. God bless her, but
so is he.
Well, yeah, without question. Without question. This is all, Stephon, I'm looking at you now. This is all your fault. You brought all this on yourself. This didn't have to be.
There has to be a lot of maturing there.
And by the way, Kendrick, he won, but he didn't really win.
No, I mean, he's no spring chicken, and so NFL opportunities are, I'm sure, dwindling. Has he?
No, he'll start to get some looks now. Yeah, he'll start to get some looks now. Yeah, now that it's over with. And the fact that he won in spectacular fashion because she made a fool out of herself might help him land on one more team, but it will not get him another paycheck. He's going to have to take a pay cut. He knows it. I think he knows.
Oh yeah,
he's got to know that, right?
Well, I don't think he got big money to go to Buffalo in the first place.
Right.
Or not Buffalo.
Or New England.
New England.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he's going to be like a third option receiver somewhere, most likely.
Yeah. But again, shout out to Jamila. That was fantastic. Appreciate the theater. It was awesome. I have not laughed that hard in quite some time. I thought for sure I was watching the Saturday Night Live parody. I said this has got to be a Saturday Night Live.
Sure one's probably coming this Saturday.
It's got to be. If Saturday Night Live doesn't do this, then they're not nearly as good as I thought they were. Because this is.
I give them credit. They've been dead on with parody and stuff.
Yeah, this is tailor made. This is tailor made for Saturday Night Live. They've lobbed this up perfectly for them. So we'll see if they take the bait. But all right, that's all I got. Matlock season finale, fantastic. That's a summer watch. You got to watch that if you haven't. I think the season finale for Law and Order goes down, and SVU goes down tonight. So that'll be interesting.
Stuff on network TV?
Not really.
I'm like, how do you know?
I don't watch a lot of appointment TV at all. Like I'll tape it, record it, whatever, and then I'll go back and watch it later. Like when I'm working at night, I'll watch it then. But I don't in real time. No, I don't watch anything in real time anymore. That's over. I don't think anybody's ever going to watch anything in real time anymore.
I watch the Food Network shows, and
you do. Now that's true. You do. I watch it with a little bit of delay so I can fast forward through it. Although with TOC, the championship finale, I watched that in real time because I just wanted to. I knew that the internet was going to ruin it for me, so I said I got to watch it in real time. So yeah. All right, but that's all I got. You got anything? You want to bring any people up to speed or anything?
No, we can go to our shout outs.
All right, let's do it.
I got two, both for the ladies. First, of course, Cherie DeVoe, the first ever female trainer to win the Kentucky Derby. Shout out to her. We had talked to her. We had talked to her the week before. Actually, that Monday. We talked to her that Monday before Derby because we talked to her. Ironically, we talked to her the same day we talked to Todd Pletcher and Bob Baffert.
Wow.
So, shout out to her, and then shout out to University of Louisville's softball team. They're having one of the best seasons of their history, of their program history, and they got a huge walk-off yesterday afternoon. They played at 1:30 against NC State in the first round of the ACC tournament. Louisville's the 5 seed, NC State's the 12 seed, and Madison Pickens got a walk-off single to left to advance them. They won 6-5, so they play Stanford this afternoon at 1:30. So shout out to the U of L softball team.
Nice, very nice, very nice. I saved one of my shout outs for the end because I am a comedian fan. I'm a comedian aficionado. I have been a fan of stand-up comedy for as long as I can remember. And I don't just study the greats, but I like the new guys too. I love the up-and-comers. Kevin Hart did a show called Funny AF. And it was pretty good. Is that the new one on Netflix? That's the new one on Netflix. But what made it amazing is that a young comedian that I discovered during the pandemic named Ron Taylor, who lived in his van for years and took a 9-to-5 working at an ice cream shop and all kinds of things, has done everything he can to keep his comedy dream alive. He was the winner of Funny AF season 1, and he was fantastic. I mean,
it's a series.
Yeah, it's a series.
I've just seen it up there on Netflix. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was another Kevin Hart stand-up.
Well, they're going through that Netflix is a joke.
Thing right now. I saw they had that big thing. Yes, was it last night or the night before? I think it was last. The Met was on Monday.
Oh, the Met Gala. By the way, can we just for a second? The Met Gala is a fundraiser, right? That's all it is. It's just a glorified fundraiser.
Yeah.
Can we just take the money that we're spending on these ridiculous outfits and just put that towards the fundraiser? Because
I'm sure it's some form of fashion they are for some of them. Because it's not like they're gonna wear that stuff again.
Let's be clear about some of them outfits. Y'all look crazy. I don't care what you listen. This feels very much like the king that was naked and everybody tried to act like he wasn't, but then the little kid came and said, "Hey man, that dude is naked." That's not, the Emperor's clothes is what it's called.
Yeah.
This feels
the weirdest
a lot like that.
one was it Charlize Theron or was it Heidi Klum? There's dressed in like old Greek goddess, like a marble statue. Like it was marble. It was like
I didn't know who it was. If I'm being honest,
one of them. It was one of those two.
Yeah, in the white. Yes, I saw that one.
and like she couldn't even move her face.
No, she couldn't. It was a mask. It was a full-on mask. Yeah,
I'm
but that wasn't the weirdest one.
I didn't see.
The weirdest one was Janelle Monáe, who had on. It was grass.
She's weird on Random Thursday.
I'm giving you the Drewski right now. It was grass, and it was all tied together with electric cords and computer ropes. I wish I could find it real quick, because I'm telling you, I don't even know I don't even know what you were thinking when you put this outfit together. Like, and I'm sure it has some deep meaning that she and the designer contrived together.
Oh,
and was like, oh, this is about global warming and da 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 da. But just let's keep it a bean. Girl, you look crazy. Like, it was. I don't understand. I don't. This ain't my area of expertise. Let's just keep it. That's where the real problem is, Kendrick.
The thing that made me laugh, which was kind of subtle that most people probably didn't catch, is Harlow basically had on the same weird outfit at the gala that he had on at Derby. So, because it was a weird outfit, but it wasn't like so weird that that it would stand out at the Derby. But like he had on a very similar outfit. It was ridiculous.
So I gotta ask you a question about Jack, because I have not heard the new album. Have you heard it?
I haven't either.
Chad ripped the album. He was like, it was awful. So I gotta hear it now. But that's the Janelle Monáe outfit.
She looks like a transformer.
See, that's what I said. I was like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't think you should do this.
She is so pretty and so uber talented. And just does weird stuff. I could not tell you one Janelle Monáe song or album. I just know her performance.
I know the music. I know the music actually well. It's very good music. It's really, really good music. Mm-hmm. But also, she does stuff that you go, I don't think you should do. Like, I could see conversations with her boyfriend if he's like relatively normal. I could see him going, sweetheart, I don't.
Is she with a guy right now? Because I know she was.
Well. So my shout out is don't know if I should touch that one. I don't even remember what my shout out was. It was to Ronnie Taylor is his kid's name. Ronnie Taylor. Yeah. Shout out to Ronnie Taylor, a phenomenally young, talented comedian who has gone through the mud to get to where he is. And it was so cool to watch all of his fellow comedians tributing him on Instagram and other platforms, because he really has worked hard to get to where he is. And I mean, to live in your van because you love your dream so much, you're trying to keep it alive. And he's just a good guy, man. I'm a fan. Now, Ronnie, don't muck this up. Like, don't let fame destroy this for you. So whatever stuff you got to clean up in your life, clean that up, get the hanger-ons off, clean up your family stuff. And because they're giving him a Netflix special.
Oh, good.
So that's the winner. The winner gets a Netflix special. So once that is emerged, you're in the game. You are squarely in the game at this point. So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, but I like Ronnie. I like Ron. He's a good kid, and he deserved it. He worked his behind off to win this thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't think he was gonna win, because there was another guy that was like burst out the gate from the beginning, was dominant throughout the entire thing. And then right at the day of the finale, Ron put together a solid set, and it was fantastic. So there it is. So that's my shout out. I want to give that young man his due. We out of here. I hope you enjoy your weekend. More NBA basketball going down this weekend. I don't know what else is going down this weekend. UFL, I guess, is going down this weekend. Find you something. Have you seen Michael? You ain't had time to go see Michael.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say you haven't had time to go see that. Are you gonna go see Michael?
I want to see it in the theaters. I've heard it stops, like the story stops like really early in his career.
So apparently there is negotiations
for a part 2.
Even as we speak, for a part 2 that deals with the stuff that this one didn't deal with. But they were measuring it against the success of the film. And so I think the movie theater, the movie company is extremely thrilled at the performance of the first, version of Michael. Mm-hmm. So the part 2, I think, is coming. So
I'm taking tomorrow off. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Movies are so expensive.
Listen,
on a Friday night.
That's why I'm very, very comfortable at sitting in my house waiting for it to come to me.
Yeah.
Very, very comfortable.
The way they do now, hell, it'll be there by May. At the end of May.
I would imagine. I would not be surprised. I was gonna say, I would not be surprised if it's here Memorial Day weekend.
I do want to see it on the big screen, but I say it's so expensive. Just like the Odyssey movie that's coming out. I really want to see that, but on the big screen. But it costs so much to go to the movies now. It's like
it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, guys, enjoy your weekend. We're gonna enjoy ours. It's Mother's Day weekend. Celebrate your mamas while you still can.
Yeah, celebrate your mama.
Celebrate your mama. Go do something with your mama.
Your baby mama, your wife, whatever. Celebrate that woman.
There's a woman in your life somewhere. Celebrate her.
That had a baby.
All right. That had a baby. The ones that had a baby, give them some love. All right. We out of here.